Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Hopefully everybody had a very enjoyable 3-day weekend. So let's go ahead and get back into Iraq, shall we? Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Miles Franklin. The link will be down below in the description. When you make your purchase, make sure you use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they'll take care of you. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us over here at this phone number or over here at this particular email. For all orders over $10,000, reach out by email and we'll make sure that you get a great deal. So come on over to Miles Franklin and add to your precious metal inventory. I see a lot of people are signing up for this group. They are interested in being in an investment group that invests money into stocks over in Iraq. For those of you who are interested in being part of a group that invests money into the Iraq stock market, go over and check out Wise Investment and Holding Company. You can reach them at 850-520-2693. Just let them know that Pimpy sent you, and they will walk you through what you need to know to become part of the group. Or you can go right over to this website you see right on your screen. It's a user-friendly website, and it'll walk you through. Especially when you start seeing articles like this. The Iraqi economy is witnessing a remarkable growth with the decline in the dollar exchange rate. Now remember, Iraq has to stay somewhere within a 10% margin between the parallel rate and the fixed exchange rate. An economic expert revealed on Tuesday the high rate of economic growth in the country and Iraqi financial system was linked to the global banking system. The economic expert and currency market spokesperson said in a statement to the news, the economic and financial situation of Iraq is in a remarkable development and growth, and now we are witnessing an increase in the economic growth of the country by 2%. And this is a good thing for the Iraqi economy compared to the past years. Yeah, I would say so. In the past years, there's too much bickering going on and a lot of conflict. So congrats to Iraq on this. We love to see the growth. He added that the implementation of the Central Bank of Iraq's electronic measures under the supervision of the U.S. Treasury Department has had a clear impact on the economic growth as well as the devaluation of the dollar against the Iraqi dinar. He pointed out that the monetary fiscal policy now followed in the country has made a difference between the exchange rate of the dollar and the dinar shrinking to the limits of tens of thousands of dinars, and this difference is normal for many reasons. Well, this is shrinking to the limits of tens of thousands of dinars. Depends on how you're looking at this, because that could be a little bit misleading. Now, most of us look at how many dinars you get per dollar. They're looking at how many dinars you get per $100,000. So when you see tens of thousands of dinars difference, it sounds worse than it is. So if you're going to look at it like $1 for how many dinars you get, it's like tens of dinars, not tens of thousands, okay? He pointed out that the measures taken since the middle of last year have been implemented in a effective way, up to 30 financial measures that had a positive repercussion dealing in Iraqi dinars instead of the dollar. When transactions in the Iraqi dinar in the country are now estimated at 90% except for the Kurdistan region, as well as allowing traders to deal with foreign transfers through banks and directly, where 85% of local traders can now deal with foreign transfers through the banks to import materials from abroad. Kucoin ruled out the dollar exchange rate should be the same as a government fixed exchange rate for administrative and financial reasons, noting that the difference should remain like this by about 10,000 dinars between the exchange rate and the parallel market. So of course there's got to be some wiggle room just because of the fluctuation, but staying within 10%, that would definitely demonstrate that the Iraqi dinar is stable. Okay, so there's a lot of confusion that people have about what's going on with the Article 4 from the IMF. So just let me get this out there real quick. Iraq does not have to change their exchange rate to be in compliance with Article 4 from the IMF. I know you guys keep hearing that, but that's not the truth. So these are what the Article 4 key points are. Surveillance. Member countries are subject to regular monitoring by the IMF to assist their economic and financial developments, as well as the impact on their policies on their balance of payments and exchange rates. Consultations. Countries are obligated to engage in discussions with the IMF regarding their economic policies and any potential adjustments needed to maintain stability. Collaboration. Member countries are expected to cooperate with the IMF in addressing any issues that may arise in their economies, particularly those that could affect the global economic stability. Policy advice. The IMF provides guidance and recommendations to member countries on how they can improve their economic performance and address any vulnerabilities. And assistance. In cases where member countries face difficulties in the balance of payments, the IMF may provide financial assistance along with policy advice to help restore stability. Nothing in this article tells you that they have to change their exchange rate. The IMF monitors it, but does not force Iraq to change it. The report of the IMF in its consultations with Iraq on Article 4 for 2024. The report issued by the IMF mission for the current year of 2024 for the Article 4 consultation praised the Iraqi government's measures, including the monetary policy led by the Central Bank of Iraq, and the report indicated that the Central Bank of Iraq has taken several measures aimed at stabilizing the national currency and controlling monetary inflation. He added that the central bank raised the interest rate on monetary policy instruments from 4 to 7.5% and increased the mandatory reserves required of banks from 15 to 18%. And these steps were crucial in reducing the inflationary pressures suffered by Iraq, and this contributed to the creation of a more stable economic environment. This is where fractional banking comes in, where they tell our banks here they only have to hold 10% of deposits. That's what's mandatory here in the United States, but over there it went from 15 to 18%. So they have to hold at least 18% of all deposited money inside the bank. That seems a lot more sturdier than where we are. The report stressed the important reforms in the banking sector, such as a gradual increase in bank capital and mergers between small banks aimed to strengthen the banking sector, increase its efficiency and flexibility in the face of economic shocks. The report noted that Iraq has implemented new compliance measures to improve the transparency of cross-border financial transactions through the launch of an electronic platform that enforces the disclosure of financial beneficiaries, which enhances the integrity of financial transfers in line with international banking standards, as well as the role of the Central Bank of Iraq in expanding correspondent banking relations to facilitate international trade financing operations more smoothly. So Iraq is experiencing an economic growth. This is good. We need this to happen. Iraq needs it to happen. More importantly, the policies that are being implemented by Iraq are favorable amongst the IMF, the World Bank, and all those people who are involved with making sure that Iraq stays on track, stops laundering money, and financing terrorists. The more that Iraq continues to stay on this track and prove to the world that they are going to behave themselves from now on, the more the doors open for Iraq to rejoin the international community. Anyways, that's it for now. I look forward to your comments, and I will catch you later. I'm out.